Saul Castaneda from Mcscgreenwheels from Chicago, here at home. And basically what we want to do, we want to show you that part of Green Wheels is that we recycle stuff. And in today's day and age, some things, and with these builds, it gets expensive. One of the things that we're coming across right now is our dashboard and finding some of these dash pieces, you know, like especially the one around the bezel and your clocks, because everyone loves to break that thing for some odd reason. Who knows why? Anyways, what we're going to do today, we're just going to show you a little quick fixer-upper. We don't even know if it really is going to work, so we're going to try it, and we will be just as surprised as you guys are if it doesn't. So this is the pad to the dash, and if you recognize it, of course you would, this is right in front on your dashboard. Right underneath you'll have your radio and then your controls, steering wheel over here, glove box down here. So we're gonna go ahead and see if you guys could tell it's got a little bit of a lift right there, you know, and that just shows when we flip it around, you know, we're getting a little bit of lift right here, as you can tell, see from the material, and right here. I don't want it to get so far ahead right now, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try a little experiment. We're going to go ahead and remove the vents. I'm going to use some Gorilla Glue because it foams up and I want it to kind of seal in here. So I gave it a little bit of a clean with some alcohol wipes. Not the greatest because, again, I don't really want to keep moving this up and down where it loosens anything else up. So I want to put the Gorilla Glue in there and see if it'll go across. I'm going to put a piece of tape all the way around and probably a nice little clamp that we have acquired like so right here. And we're going to just use some clear tape like this to go around it, and hopefully it works, keeping it down, keeping it, you know, looking like it should, nice and straight. So as you can tell, it's got that little bubble right there, so I'm going to try and clamp it from the top to push this down and keep the glue there. So it's all theoretical, but we won't know if it works until we try it. So let's get started. You guys know, like I said, we are Green Wheels, and we like to recycle. This particular piece here goes for about 72 bucks, is the most expensive we've seen, and I think that was Alamar. CJ Pony, Fox Resto, I think CJ Pony has it the most reasonable, maybe 60 bucks. But of course, you have your choice of colors, which is black being the most expensive. And then the other ones we saw were much cheaper, was your gray and your red. I don't know why red. Why red? Whatever, I guess. I don't know. But, so what we're going to do, we're going to try and carefully remove all of this as far as we can and see if it actually works. And if it does, well, guess what? I ain't buying it. So, first thing you want to do, you want to knock off these vents right here. And since this is already off, you know, you go from behind, you pop it from right here, and then you push each side. You use a screwdriver. There we go, that's one side. That's the other. Pow. That's one. It's pretty simple, nothing hard. Try not to break it. Again, I'm trying to stay away from spending any more money. You know, control packs ain't cheap. Save yourself for a brand new Optima battery or the replacement of putting it in the trunk, which we don't do. But there we go. It goes out. Done. That makes it easier for you to press down these little tabs right here. 4. Try not to squeeze too hard because they will break. So as you squeeze, you push towards you, or towards me, and bam, there goes one. Come on, guys. Or did I push the button back in? I think I pushed it all back in. I don't know. Here it goes. It's a very thin piece of metal, so try not to bend it up, because then it's going to look really corny and weird, and I'm just trying to make sure I hold all material in there without ripping it apart and giving myself any more work. Bam, and there we go. What I'm also going to do, I'm going to try something a little different. Now, as you guys can see here, these covers, you know, they stop the air from when you don't want to hit in your face. So you can tell it's got that big gap in there all the way around. Well, normally what they do, there's some little foam that goes in there, as you guys can see right here. So I got some rubber, and I'm just going to make a little template that I'm going to go in there. Wait for that video, it's coming up. I'm still working on that. So we're going to put this to the side. And what I basically have is this. Alright, now like I said, you guys can see, I mean, it's pretty, it's right here. You know, and that's where it's going to start to lift off from. you know, you might want to stay away from that. I'm not trying to keep picking at it so it opens up anymore. So without further ado, I'm gonna crack open my Gorilla Glue here. I guess I'll use a brush because I want to get as much of it in there as I can. Let's see now. Oh, there's no brush. Cool. I thought I had to take off the cap in there. So let's see what we can get in here. So I'm gonna try and fill this whole little spot up. I'm just gonna peel back on that. Come on, Gorilla Glue. I'm gonna let a lot of it, trying to let most of it run into the bottom of it. You know, like so. Alright. Hold that there, and I'm gonna see if I can flip it this way a little bit. Get as much of it as I can. There we go. Perfect. Thank you for the light, by the way. Alright. Now, I'm just gonna go all the way around with it because, I mean, why not? It's just Scotch tape, and I'm hoping it just doesn't rip off the color. I doubt it. But this is what I'm gonna do. Just this way. I want to use this stuff so if it needs to expand a little bit, it will. And then, as you can tell, it's in there. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put this little clamp right here because I need it to press this bottom part. Uh-oh. Come on, buddy. Play nice with me. Alright. I'm going to let it sit there like that. And hopefully, when we get back, we can scrape off whatever little excess builds up in there. It'll look a little flatter. We hope. We don't know. So we're back with the with our little pad here that we took care of. We came back, we removed the tape off of it, didn't damage it. We put a little paint on there, and as you can tell, the glue or the Gorilla Glue did exactly what it's supposed to do. It like foamed out. So don't worry about that because that you can cut off like so. So basically, I'm gonna just even it out a little bit. I don't really want to take so much off because that's also gonna give it a little bit of a backing back there. So I'm just gonna remove a little bit off the top right there. That's good enough because that's kind of what's gonna hold it in place, man. So it really isn't gonna bother anything. So once we get this side off, there we go. Cool. There we go. See, it just becomes like a foam. And it worked out just well. It's right in there, and as you guys can tell, so this guy will be placed, it'll go like this. Man, we already gave it our touch up, and you can tell it's holding in place, you know, in consideration to this guy right here. So you can tell that everything down here is starting to lift, and of course this is the wrong side, so let me turn it around. But yeah, you see how this looks pretty forward compared to this guy right here. So, you know, a little bit of a paint job, you know, not bad. Take care of it. It's holding in place. It doesn't look like it's bowing out as you did before. You know, a little bit down here, but that's not a problem. That goes on the underneath side. So I think the radio and stuff go underneath here. So oops. So it's gonna be going on the bottom. What I'm more concerned was going on the top because this side is the top of the dashboard right here. So we were able to see right here where it was all kind of mangled out, sticking out and lifting up. So now you don't see it. It's actually put in place. It's holding in there fine. And you know what? You save yourself $72, $75, $50, whatever it may be. The black one always tends to go a little bit more than the rest of the other colors. Who does the red? Who knows? Well, that's our little video for our little foam piece right here on our dash. And, you know, obviously our Gorilla Glue that we used worked pretty good. It held it in place, and it doesn't seem like it's popping off. As you can tell, like I showed you, it's foamed on there, so it'll hold on there for a little longer. Probably we'll get tired of it and just get a new one later, but it's not coming off. It's on there right, so it did exactly what I wanted it to do. I wanted to put a couple beads in here and let it spread through, which is exactly what we wanted it to do. And it's gonna hold the rest of it just fine. So, in conclusion, our experiment worked. It worked to a T. So we get to save ourselves $71.99, ladies and gentlemen. You know, look how pretty this looks. Hey, I want to thank everybody on Instagram, YouTube, and on our Facebook page. Leave us a comment. Let us know what we did wrong. Give us a couple thumbs up. And you know what, guys? Subscribe. Next videos are going to come up. We will see you guys soon. If you know anybody that's building themselves a Foxbody and needs some of this information, send them on down this way. We'll see you guys soon.